And here we go, our third semifinal game of the day. It's the same two teams as last time. There's a quick shot by the NB Ice that Parsons smothers up. It's the NB Ice and the Silverbacks. Here again, it's the 2015 born. The NB Ice took a 5-0 victory against the Silverbacks in the 2016 born. Let's see if they can repeat here again. It's number 51, Alec Bass, in for the Ice in net, and number 33, Liam Parsons, in between the pipes here for the Silverbacks. Here, bringing up with speed, it's Jensen working his way in. The shot saved by the glove of Bass.
And already early on, good chances on both sides of the ice.
There was an initial chance from the NB Ice in the first couple seconds of the game, and here comes speedy Jake Jensen, working it along the left side, and it's gloved down by Bass. Here, pass the middle from Hefford. Back down, Hefford trying to move his way to the middle. He was taken down, and now back for DeBay. Pass from Balser, DeBay out in front, back door, what a goal! They score!
Well, that, my friend, is a textbook passing play. Right open in the back door, no one to cover him, and slaps it home for the goal.
And what a 1T, the Silverbacks go up 1-0. A beautiful pass away back door. Bass gets most of it, but it just slides by, giving the Silverbacks a 1-0 lead. That's Owen Hefford scoring back door from a cross-crease pass from Brendan DeBay. It's a 1-0 Silverbacks lead early in this hockey game. NB Ice out at center. Cleared in behind the net of Parsons. To the middle now, moving up is McNunn, leaving that off for Jensen. Hits the brakes and goes over to Evely. Throwing it up, now across with Hugo Richard. He'll move it along the wall as it'll now get across over for Wilson. Dumped back in by the Silverbacks. Richard across the boards, waiting for it. There's Bourgeois. Bourgeois outside the zone in the middle. And back up with speed, coming out of a pile. Lewis to the middle, has a lane. Lewis with a shot and didn't get much on it, was tied up. And that's a good save made here by Parsons. Here the Silverbacks are trying to clear it out. It just goes to the blue line where it's sent back in by Mazerai. Move behind the net after a bit of a collision. Silverbacks trying to get outside the zone. It's Mazarol trying to get that by Jensen. Moving back for it is Ravlo.
I saw a few times where the Silverbacks being caught pretty low in their zone. They're going to need to really spread out a little and watch for those points.
And just like the NBA's last team, they can really cycle it around in the offensive zone. So those lanes have got to be blocked. NBA's off the draw. Mazarol's going to keep it in. That one's left off over for Colmier. But down in the zone, a bit of a collision where Stewart goes up and hits his man. That's moved around by McLaughlin. Sent outside the zone, since now with Hefford moving in. Now they're going to be offside as DeBay brings it into the zone.
Good defensive play over there to stop the possible 2-on-1, forcing an offside.
Now with that offside, face-off will go into the middle here. And thankfully the Silverbacks wearing their black jerseys, here was an almost breakaway as it's now Lewis down into the zone. Silverbacks last time wearing their jersey inside out, making the numbers almost impossible to see. Now here's a giveaway, the ice out in front before it's poked off again, and now over with Moore. Little pass in the middle for Ackett. Dumped in by Evely. This is moved around Hugo Richard. Works his way behind the net, passing up for Allen. Oliver Allen to the middle. That one picked off by Ravlo as he tried to enter the zone. Walking in, Jansen with a shot. That one just missed the net. Ravlo with a chance, set down in the slot to where it's moved away by Babino. Another try, it's whiffed on, so it goes back to Stone out here in the middle. We have a delayed penalty, I believe, against the NB Ice. So we're going to have our first Silverbacks man advantage here in this one with 8:16 left to go in the first period.
Very early on here, the Silverbacks gifted with an opportunity to extend their lead here.
I'm not sure if we'll see it here, but this is the chance from Jensen. Had walked in and just sent it wide. Here the Silverbacks are on the man advantage. Working out in the zone, almost turning it over, walking back in here to Bay. Coming back towards the blue line. Moving it across to Hefford. They linked up for the first goal. Let's see if they can do it again. Hefford to the blue line. Stewart waiting, trying to poke it out of the reach of, I believe, that's Bergeron. And that will go outside the zone. Silverbacks outside the zone. Moving it up the wall, it'll hit the blue line. This one not going to be charged for an icing. Jacob Masoral around the boards. Waits and works up through the zone. This one will come loose and be banked off the boards. Potential 2-on-1 the other way. Here's DeBay working in, has a man on him, goes across. There's the shot from Balser that never made its way on net. Now just a minute left on the Babino holding call. They're trying to move it out of his own zone. Here was Ackett. It's loose, rattling around a couple sticks. There's more trying to have a jab at it before it's dumped back in by Simpson. Pass up the wall. Wilson's going to hold the line. Moving back forward in the defensive zone. Here is Slonwhite. Has a bit of room. He's going to use it as the Silverbacks try to make one more push here on the man advantage. Stepping in. There's a shot there from William Slonwhite that doesn't make its way on net. Ice now with a chance to clear. Allen. That pass to the middle, over for Bergeron. He'll make the safe play and clear it in. Allen now will receive the dump in. Silverbacks send it high, looking for a stretch pass there, and now Babino is out of the box. Stepping up, Park to the net, right next to it, taken away. Another one put right to the slot before it was tossed out of there by the NB defense. Now working back with it, great play by Lewis, moving his way in the shot just above the net. Not only stole it and got a good shot on net with it. Seal up for Allen. That's loose, so it's taken by Stone and will be moved outside. Working up, Harrison Ravlo in, cutting on his backhand, tripped up, and it's a penalty coming up to the NB Ice once again.
Well, discipline in any hockey game is a key factor. You don't want to be playing the whole game with one man down. And this is going to cost the NB Ice.
It's been the NB Ice who have played, who have been the better team as of recent, but have now taken 2 recent penalties. This one to Ty Lewis. Going to be another Silverbacks man advantage as they look to increase their lead. And the blue line caught in a shot, never made it to the net. Hefford unable to get it, so it goes out to the line for Stewart. He clears it in, Hefford going to chase. Slap shot back out, blocked by DeBay. Still kept in here by Stewart. DeBay waits, is shoved off the puck by Babino. Now room against the boards, Lasaga. Keeping it in for the Silverbacks. DeBay moves to the middle, has some room. DeBay, the shot just above the net. And off a tie-up, it's Balser. Getting his stick lifted, now it's DeBay. To the middle, Hefford waits and shoots. That's a save made in the net by Bass.
Again, it's that middle slot area the NBS are just not paying attention of. And that's where a goal and a deadly scoring opportunity have occurred.
And adding on to what you're saying, those were the exact 2 players from earlier. It was DeBay out on the left side, seeing Hefford cross crease and this time wasn't able to get that big of a shot off. Now one-on-one short-handed. Babino into the zone, and he is steered wide. A shot went right through the blue paint and just missed the post, not by much. Moving back for Mazzaro, trying to get to Babino, and he is crushed right next to the Silverbacks bench. And there's an errant pass taken away. Owen Cummey skating back, making a good heads-up play to go all the way back to his own end. Owen Cummey is still skating back behind his net. Will throw it along the boards, and this time it's kept in by the Silverbacks. Babino is able to lift it out into the center. Moving in now is Ravlo. Skating in, waits and shoots, and that one doesn't make it on net. Ravlo trying to pass it back, and that one's ramped off his stick and moved back by Allen. Allen up with speed. He's tripped up, so it's going to be a 4-on-4 momentarily. And it's going to be a Silverbacks player off for a hook.
Just in this first period, a lot of penalties being taken here.
That'll be key for later. Got to be able to stay out of that box. So it's Jake Jensen that heads off a 2 for a hook. So it's a 4-on-4 for 13 seconds. Then the NBI's will get their chance in the man advantage. A shot towards the net. Bouncing puck right next to goaltender Parsons. Bringing off the draw to the line. Bounced off the stick of Sear. Sent across, moving in. A shot deflected, saved, and the rebound is eventually cleared. NB Ice now on a power play for just under a minute 40. Here we go, starting off the power play. It's quickly chopped and taken by the Silverbacks before the Ice move it out. Going to the middle is Lewis. Across the blue line. Looking, passing to the middle, and that one's out of the reach, but now goes to Seal at the blue line, charging in and into the glove of Parsons. It goes. The pass under the slot goes all the way through defenseman Eloy Sear. He tries a shot. That one goes right into the oven mitt of Parsons. Silverbacks still up 1-0 from a goal earlier from Hefford. A beautiful one-timer from the pass from DeBay as we get down to less than 3 minutes here in the first period. Blue line, Mazzarol waits and shoots. Save made by Parsons. A couple clutch saves made from him so far as the Silverbacks will now kill some time off. DeBay stick handles it into the zone. Hits the brakes, fakes, and moves around Pedersen. NBA's trying to work their way back. It's going to go to Stewart. He'll make no mistake, dumping it in over for Will Peterson. Peterson around his own cage, calling for the pass on the other side with Simpson. And that pass is too far in front of them, so now it goes back to Stewart. Simpson battling up against the boards. Chipped across by Balser. Put back by Peterson as they play catch with it along the NB Ice blue line. Peterson going back against Balser, hits the brakes, goes the other way, and leaves the soft dish off. Stewart, flip back in, this one over the stick of Simpson, and a good penalty kill so far for the Silverbacks, as that is going to end the limited time the NB Ice had on the man advantage. Now going back the other way, Peterson trying to go around his net. Waits and stops, goes the other way, and this time hits Simpson. Trying it again, it's into the feet of Jensen, and they're up and giving a bump is Ackett. Simpson finally getting another zone, the shot save made by Parsons, his own rebound. Another save, or potentially blocked, and the Silverbacks will now momentarily exit the zone. Stepping up is Park. Park into the zone, pass Sear. Park still with it. What a pass. Getting it over to the corner. Jensen struggling to keep his footing. A loose puck in to help there is Ackett. Still bouncing around a couple feet before it ends up with Lewis. The fake taking it around his net. Will now speed out of the zone. Being watched closely. And that pass goes right to Stone. Sear trying to bring it back in. Bounced by Colin Stone. Now moved around the wall. Jensen with some time and space. Moving it out of the zone through center. Jensen across the blue line with a little flip. Cutting to the middle. Pass, and that one's taken. And going back the other way is Bourgeois. Across for Colmier. Less than 3 to go. Colmier takes a stumble. It's now moved back by Stone. Stone waits, pivots to the front, and tries to hit the tape of Balser. He'll make it out of his zone as they skate back down. Along the boards, moving right over the center ice dot with the puck. There was Brady Balser sending it across, moving in. Owen Hefford hits the brakes, fakes going to the line, and is unable to get a shot off. And that is our end of period 1. Silverbacks up by a score of 1-0. That goal coming at 11:11 from Owen Hefford, assisted by Brendan DeBay. And here is period 2, starting off quickly as the ice cleared into the zone. A foot race going up in the corners. It's taken out by Balser. He has a stick lifted. It's pickpocketed by Allen. The shot patted away by Parsons, and it'll move out into the corner. Another puck battle as two players go falling, hugging each other on the way down. There's a cross-ice pass from DeBay. Over for Balser, moves it along the boards. Beats out Daigle with speed. Moving in, Balser, the shot save made by Basque. And that's a clutch save right there. Especially after the end of the ice playing such a good last half of the first period. Never want to give up a goal in the first minute of the second. Would have been incredibly demoralizing, but Bass comes up clutch with the save. Slonwhite unable to handle it and hold it in, so it's flipped in and taken by the NB ice. With speed, Lejeau quickly tripped up. Now the Silverbacks taking it back the opposite way. Moving into the zone and falling there is Ackett. Here's another try, the trailer with a shot. Looks like that was Stone, now throwing it out in front. At the line. Move back in, pass Evely. Now for Mazarol. Along the boards and poked out by Hugo Richal. Silverbacks back with it. It's Slonwhite trying to throw it up. Now move back by the tape of Wilson as they now bring it in. Stepping in, Park trying to get a shot off. Now for Evely. Brought back in off the attempted clear that got off the body of Ravlo and right to his stick. Here's Ravlo again. The shot scores!
Absolutely perfect snapshot on a wire straight to the top shelf.
And what a shot that was. from Harrison Ravlo. First blocking a clear, then moments later getting the puck and sending it to the top shelf. And that's going to make it 2-0 Silverbacks. Here's Ravlo again, just scoring a goal, and they'll move it in and chip it off. Back whether the intended saucer pass to Jensen is picked up by the NB Ice as they work their way to the other side. Stepping in here, Babino to the corner, thrown out in front, and that one's poked away by Lewis. Silverbacks go across the wall. Ravlo trying to get it out, puts it in the feet of the NB Ice defenseman being Sear. He took a fall with it, and trying to send that out in front was Bourgeois, never got a shot off. Here he is back with it, Bourgeois to the middle, pass across for Lewis, and that one's taken out, tapped off the stick of an Ice defenseman, and back down into their own zone that they must go. They're trying to move it out in front is Babino. Out in the corner, a massive hit. I believe that one is on Stewart, and we are going to have a Silverbacks power play upcoming.
Oh, that is a call any day of the week. As you can see here on the instant replay, all numbers on that one. Yeah, no attempt to play the puck, just right into the boards.
And that's Bergeron. He's going to head to the box for the NB Ice. Number 21. And here the Silverbacks are. The shot deflected and save made. Another shot out in front by Balser and another save made. Gotta protect that man out in front, but Basque again bailing the Ice out. Balser into the zone. Gets pinned up. Now moving to the net. DeBay with a backhand. Still with it. Fakes going one way. Wrap around the other. Still digging out of the side of the net. And going to be saved by Bass. What a fake out. Brendan DeBay not only had Bass fooled, but the entire NB Ice. Quickly off the draw, put to the blue line, and shot in along the glass by Bjorklund. Skating his way back into the zone. There's a shot that'll go behind the net. Now waiting, pass it in front, Ackett trying a shot. And that one to be cleared down the length of the ice here by the Ice. Moving, cutting wide, Allen waiting, still with possession, and falls down. And what an unfortunate time for that to happen. Bjorklund trying to get out of the zone, hits Wilson. Now it's Moore trying to block the puck, but it's Wilson that gets it and moves it in the zone. Ackett sending it back to his defense. 8 minutes left here in the second period. Silverbacks currently on a power play for just less than 30 seconds. Coming back in his zone is Ackett. Will throw it along the boards. And they'll make a not so clean breakout as they now have to go back to get it. Ackett waiting along the boards. It'll go to Stone. Stone trying to go up and see Park. That one's blocked by Lewis. Now going up with speed, here's Ravlo. Working up potential 2-on-1. Teammate going for a change, and he shoots, and it's blocked by the blocker here at Basque. Ice still with it, wrap around the 10th. Trying to put that in front of his Park. Another try here from Hefford. That's Jensen rather, excuse me, going around the net. Now Ravlo waits, cuts out in front, the shot. And that one's deflected off the stick of Sear and will find its way into the corner. Penalty now over. That's a 5-on-5, working up. Bergeron right out of the box, and that was just over the net. And Lucas Bergeron had eyes on the top corner there, and just sent it a bit too high. Jensen into the zone. He has a shot that's gloved down by Bass.
So far, it's really been all Silverbacks here, dominating possession and dominating offense, peppering the NBI's net.
Especially with the help of that power play. Gets you a little momentum if it's a good one. And on that power play there, they had numerous chances to put one in the back of the net, but were just unsuccessful. And here off the draw, it's won by the ice and taken out with speed. Here, there was a shot from Simpson that just went wide. Now goes to the blue line in between the feet of Sear. He now has to go back and get it. Sear skating back, cuts past Balser. Now moved it into the middle. Walking into the zone is Bergeron offside. Here's Bellier trying to get it off the draw. Let's move to the defense, then back into the pile. Bellier free with the puck. He'll leave it off. Here's a shot upcoming, and it's a save made by the chest of Parsons. That was Ethan Simpson walking in and getting a shot up high. And Silverbacks successfully get it out of the zone. Here they go, walking up. There's a shot. This one will go behind the net. Keeping it in the zone is Moore now. It's Ackett trying to go across for Stone. Stone trying to put it to the net. It was blocked. Second attempt. Will roll over to the side right next to Bask. This one will somehow stay out of the net. Now moving up, little pass here from Lijal. Cutting wide, now it's banked off the boards. This one's flipped high. Now moving his way behind the net is Lozaga. Waiting, it's flipped into the bench. Or hits a player of the NBI's on the bench. Silverbacks in the corner. It's Ravlo moving it along the boards. He has the most recent goal in this one for the Silverbacks. He making it 2-0. Park skating in, trying to move by Wilson. He had the puck swatted off his tape, and now they go battling out in the corner for it. A couple players down on the ice. Wilson trying to put it on the wall. It just goes back into the pile. Finally taken around by Allen. They now go fight in the other corner. As now Lewis has lost his stick, and Jensen moving back towards the middle. Pressured by Bourgeois, enters the zone, has some speed with a shot. That'll trickle over to the net. Played back into the corner by Bask. Rimmed along the boards by Mazerow. This one kept into the zone. At the ringette line now. Almost Ravlo picking up and just quite couldn't corral it. Now going back the other way. Moving into the zone is Bourgeois, trying a shot on net. That one doesn't go. Kept it at the barely getting out of the zone now from Mazerow. NBI's move back in with speed. It was Ty Lewis trying to show off a couple nasty dangles. Bourgeois down. Lewis one-timer save made by the pad of Parsons going into the butterfly.
Well, so far here, the Silverbacks defense doing a really good job at aggressively attacking any NBI's puck carrier, which has led to their 0 goals against so far in this game.
Now here's Jensen, moving up with speed from the Silverbacks, trying to cut to the middle, splits the D. Jensen still with possession, the shot scores! And what a goal. Jake Jensen was on 1 foot, diving on the ground, and still manages to put it through the 5-hole of Bask.
Well, Jake Jensen with an absolute highlight reel goal there. Just wow.
He kind of gets stripped up here and dives to swat the puck into the net, and now giving it a 3-0 Silverbacks lead. And that is one for the highlight reel. DeBay trying to move into the zone. It's whacked in the center. Now moved up by Babineau. Skating back with it is Hefford. He's being pressured by Owen Cormier. He throws it up the wall, and this one's going to have enough for an icing. As we now just have 3 minutes here in period 2. That one's going to be Jake Jensen, unassisted at 3:25 of the second period. Now at the line, the shot save made by Parsons through a lot of traffic. Now that one's stolen off the tape. And moved out here in the zone by Lewis. This one looks like it's just gonna have enough for icing. Brady Balser almost there to beat it. And in our 2015 final, or semifinal, excuse me, the Riptide are up 2-0 on the NB Elite. Now moving back is Moore. Griffin Moore up with speed. Having his stick lifted, there's a shot from the slot that just misses the net. That one from Andrew Evely. Now going behind the net with it now is Allen. Moving it along the wall and sent to the middle. That one picked off by Evely as he now works his way back into the zone. Chased by Allen. As he'll dump it in deep into the zone and then make some line changes for the Silverbacks. Now right off the bench, it's picked off back into the net. Save made by Bass, and they score! Off.
The Silverbacks stay aggressive in the NB Ice crease. Keep digging at the puck and get it in.
I believe this is Henry Park. On the rebound, there's an initial save made by Basque. And it looks like Henry Park finds a rebound somewhere in there.
Well, that's what happens when you don't give up on a play. You never know what can happen. All you need is one good whack.
And the Silverbacks now go up 4-0 and give the assist to Harrison Ravlo on that one, giving him his second point of the game. Ice work their way back in the zone. It's battled for at the line. Mazarol cutting back past the red line into his own zone. Now turned over. Park just scoring the goal recently in this one. Moves in, backhand, back of the net, and couldn't quite get a handle on it to make a pass. That'll be moved out of the zone by the NB Ice. Up with speed, Bellier waits and shoots, and that one's blocked by the shin pad of Sloan White. And now potential break the other way. Ravlo skating up with Jensen. Ravlo fires, save made by Bass. And another close call for the Silverbacks right after a goal, a 2-on-1 led by Harrison Ravlo. And we have an injured Silverback behind the play here. Still in a 4-0 game as we approach the last minute of period 2. It's been a very close one. Silverbacks just finishing off their chances. The NB Ice have played a pretty good game here in this one. Hefford trying to get outside the zone. Let's move back to the middle. Mazarol waits at the red line, then leaves a pass off for Bellier. Bellier waits and fires, and that one doesn't make the net. Now taken away Battling up against the boards, Belliea and as well as Legier. Nijal waiting, trying to go behind the net where he's poke checked, as now Balser will move it up against the wall. Mazerol, he's stopped by DeBay. Now a pass, Simpson to the middle. The shot from Belliea is deflected up and above the net. NB Ice buzzing here in these last minute of the first period before it's taken out here by Hefford, who got the first goal here for the Silverbacks. Now they move up. Balser waiting, cutting wide on Peterson. Sent hard into the boards. And a good defensive play by Peterson to angle him out, and even using some physicality in there as well. Lewis here bringing it outside the zone. Not much time left. Lewis gonna have to get a shot off. Steps in and doesn't get the shot off. After the whistle he does. And that ends our second period. Silverbacks 4 and NB Ice no score. And here we go, off with our third and final period of play from this game. Quick whistle for offside. Our second game of the Ice and the Silverbacks. And at 12:45, our first final, the 2017 age group. It's these same two teams again, so 3 times today we'll see the NB Ice take on the Silverbacks, all in different age groups. Here the Silverbacks are walking out of the zone. It's Moore. Dumping it in behind the net of Basque. Some players collide up behind the net, but taken up by Ty Lewis. He lays that off for Bergeron. Bergeron trying to work his way up against the zone, losing his stick. Or both players lost their stick in that. Now cutting wide, Sear looking in the front. It's loose out in the slot before it's shot out. Now moved up against the wall. Silverbacks attempt to clear. They will be successful in doing so. Balser moving up. Now a 2-on-1 with Park. Balser across the Park, and he couldn't get it. A good defense play by Blake Wilson. Single-handedly stopping that 2-on-1. NB Ice worked their way in. Onside, although looked debatable, but we got a trip up here. And it looks like we're going to have an NB Ice power play as the Silverbacks are up 4-0. And this is a chance for the NB Ice to get back into this game here. And it's William Slonwaite, not too impressed with the call.
The refs having some words with the NB Ice coaching staff.
So after some words with the coaching staff, it's William Slonwaite getting a 2 for a hook at 10:47. Off the draw, Peterson, the shot off the pad of Parsons. The rebound is just sent wide of the net. What a chance quickly for the NB Ice. They're going back the other way. Jake Jensen on a breakaway. All alone, Jake Jensen. What a save, but he scores! And the whistle may have been blown before this, but Jensen walks in on a breakaway. It hits the glove of Bass. Had about 95% of it, but just trickled in.
Well, it seems the puck must have trickled on the line or just a bit over. Obviously, no one got a good look on that.
I think they're reviewing if the whistle had gone before, because I don't think there's any debate if the puck went in the net. I'm pretty sure that's clear. I think the puck goes in the net pretty clearly here. Here's a nice little zoomed in look at it. And that is definitely in the net. The Silverbacks pointing up at the scoreboard here at the Uniplex. We'll show it again. And with the huge video wall here at the Uniplex, we'll have another look at it.
We're currently having a video review.
Never seen this before. Going under video review, it's very close. The Silverbacks saying goal, NBA saying no goal. That looks like it's in to me. And I
It will
don't.
be a no goal.
And this is ever so close. Oh, I've never seen a play any closer than that. And what a play that was. From Jensen. Almost gets his team on the board. And again, incredibly close. And here walking in debate, the shot just misses the net. Ice now bringing it out of the zone. Pass for Allen. Allen working up past the blue. Cutting wide, they score!
And the NB Ice respond after that very close no goal call with a goal of their own. Let's see how the Silverbacks respond to this.
It's Oliver Allen stepping into the zone, cutting wide and throwing it through the 5-hole of Parsons. And the NB Ice get on the board here with a power play goal. That goal from Oliver Allen, and it may go unassisted here. That's what it looks like. So a power play goal here at 10:08 of our third and final period. Ice are on the board. Moore keeps it in the zone, moves past the ring line, cuts back, and looks to his blue line, but is unable to get it there as it's taken by Cormier and thrown along the wall. On the near side now, almost taken up by Simpson. Here's Simpson now getting up off the ground. Now moves across the red line, across the blue. What a couple moves. Simpson in and is pushed towards the boards. And his team were making a couple changes. Silverbacks now work their way back into the zone. It's Ravlo. Putting it behind the net. Now it's Sear. Moved out for Jensen. He's looking for another one after what he thought was a goal got called back. Now it's up towards the line. Stone waits. It's tipped just wide of the net. Park faking one way, going around the other. It's out in front for Ravlo. Jensen with another try. And couldn't quite get it. Trapped in his feet. Pass back from Mazerow. Park banks it off the boards. What a move. Trying to get past Mazerow here as he now puts it along the boards. Ice will bring it outside the zone. It's Simpson. Gonna throw this one across. And a whistle with the save made by Parsons. And we have a head contact penalty. somewhere after the play. Ooh, a little stick to the face. So it'll be a Silverbacks power play for 2 minutes. It's going to be Carter Belyea. He's gonna get 2 for a high stick. Or I believe it was head contact it was called. Got the stick a bit up high into a face of a Silverback. Here's DeBay across for Hefford, back for DeBay. The shot right in the net. And a save made there by Basque. Blue line. Waiting and clearing it in. Here's Ackett. It's down in the corner before quickly being shot out into neutral ice. Moving back with it is Slonwhite. Almost having the puck stripped from him. Getting it back, and this time it is. Moving in is Bergeron. Unable to get possession as now it's taken by Ackett. Only moved up against the wall. There's a slap shot saved by Parsons. And in that case right there, you got to look rink wide and see if anyone's open away from the pile and try to open up the play. Up with speed, here's Hefford working in. And taken down, it's Ty Lewis going behind the net. Working up past DeBay. And still with it, it's left off for Bergeron. Bergeron stepping in. And that one taken off his twig and will now go to center, where Lewis now coughing it up for Evely, and he's offside.
Well, just over half of the period left to play here. The Silverbacks in the driver's seat, but the NB Ice with a goal to gain some life here.
It had the momentum as of recently, then a penalty was taken this game. It would feel like an NHL playoff game. By the way, this has been going very intense. And just like the NHL bracket, full of surprises. Cross ice pass attempt, just trying to get that one over for Evely. Now it's worked back into the zone by Peterson. Peterson around his cage. Makes a nice pass up. Now stepping in, trying to work into the zone. I believe that was Cormier, another shot. And that one never got to the net. A lot of shot attempts, just not getting them on net here as the Silverbacks penalty has now expired. It's moved across against the boards. Skating back for it is Mazarol. Silverbacks moved that out in front. Able to get a shot. Winding up here. They score! What a drive. Owen Hefford. Or excuse me, I believe that's Max Stewart.
Absolute rifle of a shot, top shelf from the ringette line. Wow.
And that's going to be 5-1 now in favor of the Silverbacks. And that one is an absolute missile that finds its way into the net. Excuse me, again, wrong both times. That's Harrison Ravlo. His second of the game is an absolute missile from the ringette line. Now has 2 goals and an assist to go along with it. Jensen moving his way past the red line. Looks like he may have lost an edge. There's Ravlo trying to put it by Wilson along the boards into the zone of the NB Ice. It's rimmed around and worked out by Allen. 2 players accidentally falling there. There's Jensen taking up possession and working his way around the net. Jensen around with it. It's flipped up along the board by Park. Players go tumbling along right next to the Silverbacks bench as they move it back. Ravlo. That one sent across. It's Park now. Clearing it in. This one will go behind the net of Bast. Then down to our final 5 of the 3rd period. The Silverbacks have gained themselves a 5-1 lead recently from the blast from Ravlo from the blue line that'll go unassisted at 6:17. Now DeBay in his own end. working outside the blue line where he's hit pretty hard. Now the NBA's take possession and go back the other way. Sear had lost it in between his feet. Trying to get that outside the zone was Balser. Moved back along the board by Lejeau. There's Seal. Lejeau going down low. The shot and hits off the post and high, but will stay in the zone. Stewart into the zone, trying to move by a couple. And there was Babineau trying to move his way to the net. And there he is laying a hit in the corner. Ice try to move it in front of the net. DeBay will try to flip it along near the boards. Allen along, applying pressure. Here's Balser trying to throw it along the boards. Immense pressure being put on by the NB Ice. And what a good couple last minutes for them. Getting down deep and applying tons of pressure. Hefford trying to move it over. Ackett working in the zone, a shot. And that was deflected off the stick of Simpson. Lejeau blocking it along the boards. It's rimmed out, waiting, shooting right next to the net. And will now find its way near the hash marks to the right there of Basque. Moved along the boards. There's a big collision as the Silverback goes hard into the boards. Now the NB Ice work their way out with speed. There's Alessio Leger still up with it, the shot, and that one just misses the net. Getting now down to 3 minutes left in the third period. What has been an excellent semifinal game to watch and call here in this one. There's a shot, there's a save, the rebound goes behind, they score!
The rebound just squeaking over the pads of Parsons, and the rebound gets whacked in.
And it looks like they're gonna credit Alessio Leger with the goal. Now gonna make it 5-2 in favor of the Silverbacks. Quickly off the draw, brought in by the NB Ice again. Leaving his net is Bass. Now the NB Ice have an empty net. And Bass is at the bench. We'll have a timeout called here with 2:51 left to go in the third. You're watching semifinal action of the 2025 East Coast Ice Battle here on MST. And here we are, it's a 6-on-5. Now for the NB Ice. Giving all they have here in the final 3 minutes. Pedersen working around, gets the poke checked by Jensen. Now taken away by the Silverbacks, banked off the boards. This one's not gonna have enough to get all the way down the ice, so a perfect clear out as now Hugo Richal has to go all the way back for the NB Ice. Passes up to Bergeron. Lucas Bergeron. Working up, has some room and is quickly shut down. Allen, pass it in front. Bergeron trying to lay a nice pass out to Fulsham. That was taken by Jensen. Gonna shoot for the empty net and missed. And this will go for icing. You can tell Jake Jensen still looking for that goal earlier that was called off. Already has one here at 3:25 of the second. But wants that second one back, has a chance here with the net wide open. Face off going to the right of Parsons. Off the draw, backhanded in. Deflected, another try. The bouncing puck right in the slot. Allen's going to have a whack at it. It goes out for Hefford. He makes the puck exit the zone. And it's now poked in here by Mazerol. Goes out. Mazerol again. Off the boards. Trying to get it down deep into the zone. Taken out by Hefford. At the line, waiting and shooting. And just wide of the net. Had thought that I had eyes for it. And there's a pretty big hit there on DeBay. He's sent down. NB Ice go back the other way with just a minute and a half left to go. Here's Allen. With him is Lewis. Allen cutting across, and it's read perfectly by Dougie Ackett on defense. Now here he is, just going to pin it up right behind his net. Everyone digging for it, multiple bodies going flying, and it's DeBay that finds it in the side of the net. Tries to flip that up. You go around Bourgeois, sent to the middle on a backhand shot, save, rebound, another try. And blown dead is the play with just over a minute left here into the third period. Silverbacks off the draw, trying to clear it out. Still in their defensive zone. It's a pass. A shot towards the empty net. And this one hits off an NB Ice defenseman. Here's Ackett. Checking hard. They're trying to go up the wall. It's caught in by Stone. It's saved, made, but it's a high stick. That one definitely going in the net. Hugo Richard lifting up his stick and taking that away. And a nice save by him. And there it is, blocked down, but then touched up. Into the draw. It's Ravlo. Wins. Here's Jensen. Puck rolled just over his stick. Now it's taken away by Owen Cormier. It's a pass up for Simpson. Simpson entering the zone, trying to put it towards the net. Now it's taken behind by Bjorklund. A pass up. Now sent to the middle. Ice regrouping now at their own blue line. A perfect saucer pass over for Cormier. Waits for a second, then skates up, leaving it off over for Leger. Now brought back. Jensen may have some room. Jensen working his way in, tied up, and then sent to the ground. In the final seconds, Silverbacks, we will see you later this afternoon in the final. And what a game this was. They'll be taking on the Riptide later this afternoon, as the Riptide have beaten the NB Elite by a score of 6-2. So that is your 2015 final, Riptide and Silverbacks. And that one coming here to you live at 2 p.m. here on MST. Stick around for the player of the game, presentations, and an interview with the MVP of the victorious Silverbacks.
Mic check, check. Mic check, check. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Where's yeah.
We're in the shit, baby.
MVP.
Jakey, just answer short, not a lot of words. Just answer short, be confident, smile. All right?
Mic check, check. Mic check, check. All right. We're with Jake Jensen, MVP of the Silverbacks. You're going to the gold medal game. How are you feeling?
Feeling great.
What do you think you did to earn MVP at the game?
Well, I played hard.
All right. And what do you think your team has to do to take home the gold medal at the ice battle?
Pressure